What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Oh, Shoot AJ. Today we're gonna be reacting to the most dangerous female in narco history. Um, that title, I don't know. I read it fucked up, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Shout out Death Door. I was supposed to react to this like a while ago, but I just never did. And now, like, I don't really got shit to react to, so I'm just gonna react to this, man. So if you got any recommendations, put them in the comments. You know, I've been trying to watch more documentary style videos. I like reacting to the documentary style, but really the rap shit though, man. I'm good. But now, we gonna react to the this shit. But the narco videos don't be bad either. I'm just, my channel's more the rap ones. But that's enough of me talking, man.
Sometimes looks can be really deceiving.
Now let's go back to this bitch.
Sometimes looks can be really deceiving.
No, cause she fine as fuck on myself. Is she the narco?
She was around high school age.
Hell no, boy. I swear to God, man. Looks can be very deceiving. You'll never know, bro. Okay. If this is the narco bitch, bro, ugh. No, cause I'm just like, that bitch fine as fuck. But the whole time she a killer. The whole time she'll kill the fuck out of you.
Sometimes looks can be really deceiving. She was around high school age when she became an assassin. She lived 6 years on the run. Every turf war would result in a massacre.
Not bad.
When we talk about narcos, we usually think of people like Pablo Escobar or El Chapo, ruthless men surrounded by a fleet of loyal, aggressive soldiers. But what if I told you some of the most dangerous narcos in South America were actually women?
I'm talking of the women who stood by dangerous drug barons through their most volatile moments. The ones who ran whole divisions of the drug trade, and the ones who were ruthless enough to overthrow and run the cartels themselves.
If you're surprised, that's fair. After all, it's men.
Not really, man. Cause bitches be sexy as hell. Dudes be thinking with they dick. If it's anything like it is in America, which it probably is, bitches be setting up hella dudes and they die.
Men who are usually associated with war. Zainab Salvi said of women, like life, peace begins with women. We are the first to forge lines of alliance and collaborate across conflict divides.
Ads on YouTube must be...
At least they know they're annoying.
Happens when women take arms. Let's look at some of the most dangerous female narcos in history. This is La Catrina, or Maria Guadalupe Lopez Esquivel. She led a notorious hit squad that left a bloodbath behind everywhere they went. Maria had humble beginnings. She was the daughter of a rancher and a housewife. She grew up in the city of Tepelcatepec, but she knew she didn't want to stay there for too long. She hated school, and she never wanted to pursue a regular life. In 2017, she ran off from home and started living with a member of the Jalisco, New Generation Cartel in Aguililla. Maria had fallen in love with Miguel Fernandez, who was a high-ranking narcotics baron. But Maria didn't join the cartel out of love for a man. She did so out of love for fame and money. Within months, she climbed up the cartel ranks and started making the big bucks. And as soon as she did so, she started showing it on social media too. Before long,
No, bro, I gotta go back.
though, she started showing it on social media.
How y'all wear these? That's all I got at. Why y'all? How? No, yeah. Kind of why, but mostly how. Dude, look at them shoes, bro.
Too. Before long, she took the name La Catrina, a hats off to the famous day of the dead festival figure. La Catrina became a part of a gang of sicarias, young pretty women soldiers who used their beauty and innocent looks
Told y'all. A bunch of bad bitches, but they kill us.
to lure and kill members from the rival gangs. But as Maria wanted to continue climbing the ranks, she soon became the leader of her team. Then, she became the commander of a hit squad. She and her squad were responsible for several assassinations, extortions, and kidnapping. In October 2017,
Hey man, I'm sorry for the pausing, but I don't like talking over the videos. We only 2 minutes in, bro. That's crazy. We probably like 5-6 minutes in my video. But oh yeah, man. Why don't y'all just shoot people? Like, I know like some of y'all do. I don't know. I saw a video one time where that shit was gruesome, man. They pulled up with switches, lit the whole block up. Old man said, "Fuck that shit. I'm staying inside." He got back inside quick as hell. But shit, I would too though. I'm not gonna lie, I would too, bro. Yeah, why don't y'all shoot people, man, instead of hacking them up and shit, bro? I'd switch a motherfucker down so fast. But to the hacking shit, bro. Oh no, y'all can have that. But I'm just a YouTuber, bro. I ain't doing shit.
Mexican police were executing a warrant at a home when they were ambushed by La Catrina squad.
I'm just telling y'all, if I had to pick one from the other, I'm switching a motherfucker down. I'm not doing all that other shit, bro. That should be wild as fuck.
It was a massacre. After they killed 13 officers and injured many others, the squad set two.
I'm sorry, y'all.
She became the commander of a hit squad. She and her squad were responsible for several assassinations, extortions, and kidnapping. In October 2017, Mexican police were executing a warrant at a home when they were ambushed by La Catrina squad. It was a massacre. After they killed 13 officers and injured many others, the squad set 2 police cars on fire. The message was clear. They wanted war with the police, and La Catrina felt
ain't no Katrinas died though.
Invincible. But the officers heard her voice when she was giving orders to kill. Then they knew she was responsible for the attack, and they knew they had to get to her. On January 10, 2020, the National Guard received a tip about La Catrina's location. They didn't waste any time. The officers surrounded the squad's safe house, and a violent shootout ensued. Except this time, it was the squad that took the hit.
Tranquila, mija, ya viene el helicóptero por ti. Ya viene el helicóptero. Tranquila, hija, tranquila. Vas a estar bien.
But La Catrina had been shot in the jugular.
Damn.
She was taken to the helicopter while all her men were put down on their knees and cuffed. But age 21, Maria Lopez died inside the helicopter after she lost a lot of blood. Easy come, easy go.
I felt that was like sneak this stuff, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
Montana,
But nah, bro, you live by the gun, you die by the gun, especially when you're in Mexico doing crazy shit. Or it was South America, I don't know. But I just know she a motherfucking cartel. So that's what I'm thinking, Mexico. But don't even come in my comments if I just said some stupid shit. I'll take that with me. Don't even come in my comments if I said some stupid shit. But or maybe you can, bro. You know, if I said some stupid shit, tell me I said some stupid shit, man. You know, teach me on myself. If I don't know something, you know, correct, you know. But yeah, bro, you do a crazy shit thinking it's a Grand Theft Auto server. You get hit in the jugular, you go die. You get shot in the face on Grand Theft Auto, you stay alive. Oh, you gonna die.
Doing this for our family.
They will fight you dirty.
This is Sandra Avila Beltran.
That's her mama?
She led a life filled of crime
Okay.
and tumultuous relationships. And it all culminated with one huge move that brought her down. Sandra didn't really have a chance at a normal life. She was practically born into the Sinaloa cartel. Her mother's family were notorious heroin smugglers. Her father, Alfonso Avila Quintero, was the brother of the Guadalajara cartel leader,
Man, you imagine
Rafael
being
Caro
fucking-
Quintero.
You imagine being
Sandra
that
grew
kid?
up in the 1960s, watching cold-blooded men do transactions and tough negotiations, and resort to violence whenever words weren't convincing enough.
Damn.
This was the language she knew from a very young age. By 13, she was her dad's official money counter, and at the same age, she witnessed a massive shootout. Sandra went on to study journalism at a prestigious university, but her colleagues remember her as a very withdrawn, always suspecting person. However, this was just her school persona. When she was 21, Sandra started dating Armando Carrillo Fuentes, the boss of the Juarez cartel. Around the same time, she became a prominent figure in the Sinaloa cartel, overseeing illegal substance shipments to the U.S. Her relationship with Fuentes didn't last a long time, but she would have many more, and her two marriages would be more tactical than romantic.
See, man, I don't know, maybe it's just me or something, but man, if I was a cartel leader, bro, man, and if you my daughter, you was not dating none of my cartel members. You was dating a nerd. So you can trick his ass.
But her husbands were ex-police commanders turned
Turn traffickers? See, never mind.
tactical than romantic. But her
You had me at the police part, though.
husbands were ex-police commanders turned traffickers. These men knew the ins and outs of the Mexican police world, and their insight
But they do got that, though.
helped her dodge the law and become a huge figure when it came to substance smuggling. Ironically, both of her husbands were stabbed to death by hired assassins. Another one of her rumored lovers was El Chapo himself. No one knows just how romantic their relationship was, but one thing's for certain. They were once very close, and Sandra was head of public relations for the Sinaloa cartel. Then Sandra had yet another tumultuous affair. Juan Diego Espinoza Ramirez, also called the Tiger. The Tiger had strong connections to the Norte del Valle cartel in Colombia. This was just the open door she needed. Through Sandra, Colombian and Mexican cartels were now united, and she was making more money for Sinaloa than ever before. In 2001, the U.S. seized a tuna fishing boat transporting 9 tons of white snow. Imagine how many more actually came into the country before the DEA finally caught on to them. After this incident, Sandra got her nickname, the Queen of the Pacific. She also got hundreds of officers on her tail, working hard to arrest her and bring down the Sinaloa cartel. She lived 6 years on the run and suffered the kidnapping of her son as a result of her violent means of negotiation. Finally, in 2007, she was arrested.
Tu nombre, por favor.
Sandra Ávila Beltrán.
¿De dónde es originaria?
Tijuana, Baja California.
When the officer asked her what business she was in, she said clothing. Even though she was convicted and sent to prison for life, she remained adamant that she shouldn't be there. Then she complained about insects in her cell and arranged for prime conditions, food, alcohol, and cigarettes to her liking. when she was denied restaurant, alcohol, and
I've never seen tobacco that look like that, bro. It's usually like brown and shit. I just had to say that because, bro, you definitely getting cancer off that shit. 10 times faster on God. Cause what the fuck? I've never seen black tobacco. It's always brown type shit. So what the fuck is that?
cigarettes to her liking.
And bitch, you in jail. So you don't get none of that shit. On God, if you want some alcohol, go make you some white lightning. With all the man, with all the insects, bro. I gotta agree with you on that, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, man, because that shit nasty. But you in jail.
When she was denied restaurant-made food, she claimed her basic rights were being violated. In 2015, she was released and...
No, 'cause this is so crazy to me, bro. She gonna say her rights are being violated when, like, you fucking with cartels and shit. And you the whole, like, boss or whatever. Like, one of them, you know?
and is now living in Guadalajara.
It's so crazy to me. Hey, but nobody deserves to be in jail, though. Oh, God, unless you, like... I don't know. Like, that's fucked up to say, but, you know, of course, you know, you do fucked up shit. You know. You do the crime, you do the time. But, like, man, I don't know. Jail be fucked up, man.
This is Jocelyn Alejandra Nino. She was a young cartel assassin with a harrowing story. Jocelyn's life began like many others. She was born in the 1990s to a relatively poor family in the Tamaulipas in northeastern Mexico. It's unclear whether her family has ties to the local cartels or whether their financial situation pushed her towards the illegal side of work. But from a very young age, Jocelyn became an active member of the Gulf Cartel. In fact, she was around high school age when she became an assassin for them. This is around the time she earned her nickname, La Flaca. In English, this means the skinny one. As you can see, she was quite a tiny person compared to the huge firearm she was holding. But in Mexican tradition, La Flaca is also a female skeleton saint, Our Lady of Holy Death, who is sometimes depicted in artwork for the popular Day of the Dead festival. You might think, hey, it sounds pretty badass to be an assassin at age 18, but there's nothing cool about it. First of all, La Flaca took many lives under the instruction of her even more ruthless bosses. Second of all, life in the cartel is not that glorious. It's not known exactly how La Flaca climbed ranks and made it to assassin so soon, but most girls like her, young, petite girls from impoverished backgrounds, started out by being lookouts for the gang or even illegal street workers. They get treated and mistreated in every way imaginable before they gain some authority. And even then, it's not all fame and money. This all became all too clear in January 2015. On January 5th that year, someone leaked this picture of La Flaca to Valor por Tamaulipas, a citizen journalist page meant specifically for organized crime leagues. The picture quickly made it to Facebook and Twitter. People were fascinated by this small young woman with a friendly smile. It stood in pretty stark contrast to her bulletproof vest and big firearm. Who was she? Was she a big shot in the gang, or just a foot soldier? Another thing that stood out and earned this photo a lot of attention was its background. Indeed, La Flaca's room didn't look anything like the luxurious villas we see in Narcos. Is this the true reality of cartel living? Is it really worth the risk of losing your life? And is it really worth taking a life if you're gonna live in poverty anyway? It seems like only the very few
This shit kinda like gangbanging there. On my soul. But of course you're making a little bit of money, bro. But I'd rather have this narco life if I'm gonna be motherfucking cartelling, you feel me? Like, oh god.
dogs get to live luxuriously, while their employees only ruin their lives for them. La Flaca's picture was a window into the tragic reality of Mexican cartels. The photo got thousands of likes online, but this was the beginning of the end for Jocelyn. She was a member of the Los Ciclones gang, led by Angel Eduardo Prado Rodriguez, aka Ciclone 7. At the time, they were at war with another gang, Los Metros. By leaking photos of the Ciclones members, Los Metros weakened the cartel and exposed these people, making them easy targets for the police as well as the rival gangs. And La Flaca was indeed a very easy target. Ciclone 7 sent her to fight Los Metros from Rio Bravo, which was Los Metros' territory. So every day there was a death sentence for her, and eventually she met a truly gruesome end. On April 13, 2015, police officers discovered her dismembered body inside a freezer in a parking lot in Matamoros, Tamaulipas. Throughout the day, the officers kept finding more body pieces scattered across town. Some were inside plastic bags. La Flaca was only identified thanks to her distinctive tattoo. She'd written,
That is motherfucking crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Wow.
Nino on her
That
arm.
is
This was her
wild.
family name, but it also meant child.
Wow.
It's a
Oh,
sad
God.
irony that this was
Crazy.
what was left of her. She really was a child when she died, somewhere between her late teens and early 20s. And to make things even more tragic, the autopsy confirmed that she had also been tortured first, as Los Metros were trying to get information about Los Ciclones' other members. La Flaca was killed together with another woman and a man. In a final gruesome act, Los Metros took pictures of their dismembered bodies and posted them on social media with the caption, "This will happen to all the filthy who support Los Ciclones. Keep sending these fucking assholes. Violence only leads to violence, and the Mexican drug cartels are no peaceful place."
Oh yeah.
Like.
I'll say this while we on an ad type shit. But no, bro, if I'm beefing with cartel, which I'm not, so I do not want no smoke. No smoke. No. That's me. Bro, I'm popping myself if I no, but for real though. If I'm in a shootout, I only got one bullet left. Shit. And it ain't looking breezy, bro. I'm good. It is not looking good, man. I gotta go. Call me pussy. Call me what? Man, I'm not going out tortured, bro. So they probably gonna get you fucked up. I'm gonna get you geeking. So you can't go to sleep. So you can't die. You know. Man, I seen a video like that one time, man. Hell no.
This is Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda, aka La China. She was the commander of a cartel army that was so violent, it shocked her soldiers, her male colleagues, and her boyfriends. Sometimes, looks can be really deceiving. Melissa Ojeda was born on August 12, 1984, in Mexico. By the time she was 20, she had already decided her fate. She was going to be a cartel leader, and she was going to do whatever she needed to get there. Melissa joined the Sinaloa cartel back in 2005, more precisely, the Damaso cartel, a subdivision of the Sinaloa. She was ruthless and ambitious, and she didn't care that most of the criminals around her were men. She could be just as aggressive, and when it came in handy, she also used her feminine charm as a way to climb up the ranks. By 2008, La China was commander of the armed unit, and while she was commander, the rate of crime in the area went up several times. She had a thirst for blood that was shocking even to the violent criminals in her gang. She would kill cops, kidnap people for extortion, and dismember enemies from rival gangs. Imagine that. La China and her unit were responsible for at least 178 deaths. Whenever her men would have a successful mission, leaving bodies behind, that is, she would reward them with big bags of white powder. But in 2014, things took a turn for the worse when the Damaso cartel leader El Grande killed Melissa's boyfriend, Eric. This hit was meant as a message to Melissa. Her time as army commander was over. You might be excused for thinking that this was the cold shower she needed. Perhaps she thought she'd better throw away her gun and return home. But violence is the only language cartel members understand. Now, Melissa was now certain she wanted blood for blood. She rallied 300 cartel soldiers to her side and started a new cartel, Las Fuerzas, together with her brand new boyfriend, Hector Pedro Camareno Gomez. He called himself El Chino to go hand in hand with La China, but even El Chino would find his girlfriend too violent. Imagine if La China was a violent, bloodthirsty commander during peaceful war times. How was she after a waged war against Damaso? Every turf war would result in a massacre, and as the police were now on her tail, she would keep moving from town to town. One day, she sent one of her sicarios to get a new car for another journey. He arranged for a couple of vendors to deliver the car to Melissa. When they did, she killed them just to avoid paying for the car. The sicario was shocked and threatened La China to go to the police. That's when she cut off his forearms, shot him in the head, and buried him in her usual mass grave. This was her own man. El Chino saw this, and he couldn't take her violence anymore. Imagine being too violent for a cartel member. El Chino fled and ran straight to the police. Only they...
He snitched? Man, I bet he getting clowned so fucking bad, bro.
They could give him protection against La China and her
That is
bloody
crazy.
cartel. And since he wanted to stay alive, he also tipped the police about Melissa's location. On September 20th, 2015, La China was arrested at the Cabo San Lucas International
You can't
Airport.
just break
She
up
was
with
just
the
trying to
police,
flee
like,
the state.
This ain't working
She
out.
will spend the rest of her life in prison.
Damn,
Jimmy John's new
it's crazy.
La Jefe means the boss. And for the
Okay. Yeah, we gonna stop it on La Jefe, bro. Shout out Death Door. If you like the content, go check out all the recents. You know how this shit go, man.